Does he know that that same doctor was the one who delivered his stillborn earlier brother? Does he know the name of the hospital where he was born because it's been torn down? I have to remind him of those things. I have to give him those stories so he will have part of himself. Yes, songs tell us about the world, but stories tell us who we are. For who are we but the stories we receive and then the stories we tell? An author of a hymn that I love, Rabindranath Tagore, says, "Now I recall my childhood when the sun came through the window," and he has a wonderful phrase that says, "My mother's voice gave meaning to the stars." You know exactly what I mean. When you were eager to find out about what the world was like, it was mom or dad who pointed that out or asked you what it was or gave you an invitation. Yes, we learn who we are and about the world from the songs and stories our parents tell us. Now, truly, motherhood biologically is an astonishing thing. I am of that generation that was present when children were born. And as I'm sure I've told you, the physician to whom I have alluded, who was herself not yet a mother but was becoming a wife, and I looked at each other once as my now elder son was being born, and I said to the doctor, "I'm seeing it, but I'm still not believing it." And the doctor said, "I've been doing this for years, and I still don't believe it." You know, we use the word awesome an awful lot. The only thing I've ever seen that was truly awesome was the arrival of a baby in the world. That is as close to a miracle as we'll ever get. So I give honor to those who can and those who have, and those who have suffered both physically and politically, who have suffered socially and emotionally because they were afflicted with uteruses in a world that seems to be afraid of them. But it is truly awesome, truly awesome. But, and here's where I speak to all of you, most of mothering is not a biological thing at all. Something we can all do, whether we have children or are women or not, and something I think we all ought to do, because if we all acted like mothers, maybe the world would be better than it is. Because we can all sing songs to tired babies. They can all fall asleep on our chests. We can all tell silly stories in bed under the covers with a flashlight. We can all play pat a cake and peekaboo. We can all teach the alphabet and play duck, duck, goose, although I'm not sure I can get up and down fast enough to do that anymore. We can all tell about olden days and golden days when we were young and we were kids, and we can get out the faded pictures and the worn-out books and tell the tales we were told by our grandmother and our grandfather and our mother. In the Torah portion this week, Moses is telling Israel for the last time about the festivals, how they have to have Passover and Shavuot and Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur and Sukkot. This is the third time Moses tells them. He tells them over and over, also with the Sabbath part. He repeats himself again and again, and begin to wonder, why do they write this over and over again in the Bible? And then I remembered, how many times did I tell my child, close the door, turn out the lights? And it dawned on me as I was reading it that that's what Moses was doing, telling the, quote, children of Israel what they needed to know over and over again, because there would come a day when Moses wouldn't be there to remind them. Our songs and our stories, we tell them over and over again, and eventually they say, yeah, Ma, I know. And at that moment, you know they've learned. We're waiting for them to get bored with them, so we know they have them. And so we have to tell them over and over again until they have them in their hearts, to know them by heart completely, the stories, the songs, the poems, the legends, the lore of our families and of the world. Because this is what they need to get out there in the world, to cross the street without getting run over by life. We need to equip them with the songs and the stories and the poems and the memories so they know which way to turn when it says walk and don't walk, when they know how to run. We have to say it over and over until they say, yeah, I know, I understand. And somewhere, sometime after all of that, we realize they really are grown up. And if we're supremely lucky, and I am one of those who is supremely lucky, we look upon children who are better than we are. I look at my sons and say, I want to grow up to be like them. And at that moment, that's the moment we bless them. Because remember, blessing is when we bend our knee to that which is greater than ourselves. As God bent the divine knee to creation on the seventh day, we bend our knee to our children because they become people worthy of our honor. This is my hope and my prayer this Mother's Day. Not that I bend my knee to my mother, though I do it gratefully and eagerly, but I bend my knee to a child, whether it's 5 or 55, that I honor the child that is worthy of honor. The child who is someone's child, some mother's child in need of honor. I bend my knee and give a blessing to the awesome power of life in all of us. That is what Mother's Day is about. Go and do likewise. Blessed be, and amen. Our final hymn is a really unusual one, and though I know it's late, it's a Czech hymn from a Baptist turned Unitarian, so kind of like you guys. And he was writing a hymn about God that was both male and female, so it's called Mother Spirit, Father Spirit, and it's a prayer. I hope you find it as touching as I have over the years. End of his life, Moses wrote and said, I call heaven and earth to witness today that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Choose life that you and your descendants may live. Choose life by blessing it, by bowing in honor before it, by serving it with all your heart and all your mind and all your spirit. Give dignity, meaning, worth, and joy to every day, and thereby you will choose life. Amen and amen.
Amen.